I'll come back. 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 Oh my god! Okay, right out the first line. Great job. Good job.
I think I got their attention. Okay.
Alright, we got that.
Let's see.
Fix up.
All right.
I also
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I love the drinking milk picture.
Oh,
Now it's
thank
that way that
you
you can see.
Yeah, I actually with the help of a friend who did the coloring, did the line art for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm pretty good at pencil art. But anything digital.
There we go. Okay.
No, I feel you. I used to draw when I was in high school. I would painfully reproduce perfect, but like bigger versions of panels from the Wolf's Rain manga
I
to
was
learn how to
wondering
draw.
if you were going to end that sentence with breasts.
I've actually heard of Wolf's Rain.
You
I
should
can't
have.
remember what con. Oh, was that
It's
one
like-
that you exposed to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's depressing as hell, but it's
Oh,
awesome.
it
But
is.
it's so good.
It's constant degradation of your feels.
It's just bleak. It's like the wasteland, but bleaker. Oh god.
You drinking sake tonight? I don't know what you fuckers are going to be sipping on.
I'm sipping on popcorn.
You're sipping
Well-
on pop. Where's your booze, priest? Get your scotch.
Oh no, I have nice scotch. I'm saving that for holidays. Wow, I'm really awful. I'm actually hosting it on Flutter Priest.
Waiting, and it's on milk. You're hosting on Flutter Priest, but it's on Milk's thing, so I don't know.
Oh,
if that's
so
what
if
you wanted
people
to do.
post in the Milk Snipe chat, it actually works. Oh, okay. I somehow saved this on accident.
Well, because he's hosting Flutter Priest, so you're doing it through you. But
Yeah. No, it's somehow I managed to make this work.
I don't know, technical difficulties, but it's fine. And I'm sake.
So
Literally half a bottle of sake.
you've got sake. I have a lovely little drink that I got from the gas station next to my house.
What do you have?
What is it?
It is. I was missing Scarlett because she's working late tonight, so I decided to get something that reminded me of her. So I got what is called extra kinky, and it is the red kind.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I know that kind. Yeah, good job. So we getting fucked up
Yeah,
tonight? Is that the message? Awesome. Watch hockey tonight. That's how this is going to go down.
All right.
Still early, so
We are still early.
you're going to drink.
I could go get PBR. That's really all I got.
Should
Oh.
get PBR.
Oh, PBR reminds me of college.
Right?
I'm gonna go grab some PBR. Rav, what are you drinking?
Water.
Oh, that's okay. You can be the podcast designated driver today.
You don't want me to be your designated driver ever. I will wait till you fall asleep, draw penises on you, and put dildos in your ass.
Dildos in my ass? Like, I have other holes.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you'd kill me if I tried that, so...
I'd kill you if you tried to put a dildo in my ass, too.
I'm not sure that that's any better.
Oh. Like, at least with the vagine, it stretches better than the anus.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want anybody else feeling left out, I mean, come on, they're all getting it up their ass, why not you?
She got it for vagine, time to stretch that pee hole, do some sounding? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think that's how you get vaginal hemorrhoids.
Vaginal hemorrhoids? Is there a thing called vaginal hemorrhoids?
Is that
God.
I don't want to know.
Can that happen?
I'm gonna find out. Vaginal. I don't know this.
Oh,
This is something about sex I don't know. So
I don't
we're
want it
gonna
to be
find
true. Please don't let it be true.
It's...
Well, hey, if you want a little trick.
Yup, it can happen.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say, Pencil, if you want me to private message you, I can show you something to make guys squirm.
Please don't.
And now,
there
I'm sure-
pictures.
No, it's
Oh
not
my
a bad
God.
thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a pleasurable thing, actually.
I bet there are pictures of. I bet there are sick videos out there of people popping vaginal hemorrhoids, and it's literally the worst.
No, like it's
I cannot.
You are
Oh my
speechless right now, Pencil. I know the things you have seen before, and you are speechless. I am scared.
well, I'm trying to put this into words. I'm not speechless. I'm trying to be tactful, and it's really hard to be tactful about vaginal hemorrhoids.
Imagine an octopus or a squid hanging out.
That's good enough. That's good enough to put on like. You need to put that on your on your bio on FemFic. It's really hard to be tactful.
About vaginal hemorrhoids. I'm looking, and vaginal hemorrhoids are a thing, and they do happen, and they happen due to a lot of weird shit. And they have a different name, and I'm trying to find the different name, but basically it's this thing that happens in the area of the vagina, which is the opposite of the lining of the anus. So basically on the bottom side of your vagina if you're facing up.
Uh-huh.
And the pictures are just really not okay.
Hell is other people, or really more. It's empty, and all of the demons are here.
That's really
would believe
really
that.
true. Oh, and also it
It's-
tends to happen more when there is. Oh, when there's cervical prolapsing. Anyway, I think we're done now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to the Barcast. The bar gets lower every single week. Your bartenders for this evening will be Unknown Pencil,
Vaginal hemorrhoids.
Ravage,
Pencil stole my line.
and I'm crying inside. This week we have a very special guest that you guys have all requested for. I'm gonna make myself not sound like an asshole here and get the name right. Cynewulf.
Nope.
Fuck! I'm literally the worst. I even asked.
on.
I even tried to prep myself.
Kind of a.
Kind of.
That's close enough.
I think would be the most able to do this, and he's not here right now. So, God damn it, Flam, we needed your good at accents bullshit, and you're not here. Get fucking.
Kind of a-
Anyway,
Every
Cynewulf.
time I fuck up a name,
Cynewulf.
just drink. I think that's the unofficial Barcast drinking game at this point.
God, yeah, it's true.
For those who are tuning in for the very first time, welcome. The Barcast is a user-submitted podcast where you submit who you want to have on the podcast. Then you ask the questions, we get said person, and make them miserable for 2 hours.
My
we are-
body is ready.
We're streaming right now on Twitch, but of course you can find archives of our work on Google Play, iTunes, YouTube, not Equestria now.
Anyway,
Ponyville Live!
Ponyville Live,
That thingy!
Ponyville Live, there you go.
And we're extremely
God, you're-
professional. Of course, since we're streaming live on Twitch right now, we can field your questions in from the chat room, which the lovely Anon Pencil is watching. Pencil, what's an example of a question that you won't ask our guest?
It's really just the usual. I'm not going to ask our guest what their age is. I'm not going to ask their religion or their philosophy on euthanasia or anything like that. No politics. That I'm not going to ask it because fuck that. No, ain't nobody got time for that. However, I'm pretty sure that this week, if you ask some disturbing ass shit, if you ask about penis sizes, if you ask about anal warts, we will cover that shit. So you know what? Just none of the usual shit. Oh, we already have a question. The usual question. Are you ready for your first horrible question?
Yes, actually, I am.
This is the really straightforward one. It's the one that everybody always wants to know. How big is your dick?
6.
6 what?
6'6".
Yes, I'm like Priapus. Like, just have to wander around with the wheelbarrow. Average 6 inches.
6 inches across. Anyway,
And I think since
We'll call him.
You
the
laugh, but it's
cheese
a
wheel.
terrible condition.
it really is. I mean,
do.
just every time you get a boner, you get lightheaded. Hey, it works as a pun.
laughing because
That's the
don't
worst
have a
thing.
penis. Whatever.
Wow. Okay.
You signed up for this, man. You came here.
I did.
You signed up.
I did forget one other thing before we launch into actual interview questions. We have a smart drinking word this time. You're going to have to actually listen and pay attention. Chad, I expect you to blow up every time this happens. Whenever a simile is used. Now, dive back into your high school English class and relearn what a simile is. Whenever a simile is used, you're going to drink. So, let's jump into actual interview questions.
All
Who
right.
are you, and what have you done for the fandom?
Cynewulf. I've written a lot of things. I actually forgot the number of stories, but it's over 80, not counting the 2 alts that I have.
Ooh.
Ooh! Are we allowed to know what those alts are?
Yes, actually, it's an open secret. I have a alt that has a couple of little scraps called "Parted 3 Ways," which is a reference to a Cody and Cambria song.
I know.
Nice. And also Tipsy Twilight, which has a couple of like mediocre clop stories on it, including
Nice.
one that is based off of an experience that I was an unwilling witness to in the college dorms.
Oh God.
Tell us that story at some point. Like, there's your funniest anecdote question, which is going to come up during this. You're going to have to tell us that shit. You down with that?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful. All right. Next question. How did you get into the fandom?
I was in college. I was a freshman. Sad about moving out and being on my own because I'm very much a homebody. And my first friend in college at the time had just started watching the show. This is like winter 2011, and I originally I was kind of like I chuckled. I didn't make fun of him because I'm not mean, but I chuckled. But then he told me that some people who had worked on other shows that I loved as a kid had worked on this. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And so I ended up basically binge watching the first 2 seasons almost entirely.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah, like in 2 days.
Just straight. Like, you sat down, it's like, it's time. We're doing this.
Yeah, I on my phone, on YouTube mostly, just like through the entirety of the first season and straight without breaks. It was a Saturday.
I've been there. It was a very long and guilty night.
Yeah, me too. That's how I started halfway through the second season and watched all the episodes up until that in like 2 days ish.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The thing that got me into it the most, first season, only a few minutes into the first episode, the intro, the storybook intro. I remember sitting there and having this epiphany, like, holy shit, they just did like the Fall, but like kiddified, and it blew my mind. That was such a cool setup that it just drew me in. It helps that, like, I mean, Canterlot literally is based off of Minas Tirith, so it was that cool kind of like high fantasy world that's kiddified that really drew me in.
Awesome. Next question. What is your favorite part of the fandom? The online community, fanfics, the cons, the art, the music?
Definitely fanfiction. I read constantly, and my phone has had at least one tab open to fanfic for like 5 years now. So just constantly reading. I enjoy a lot of artists. I haven't kept up with music recently, but I used to have several favorites, including not a Clever Pony.
Cool. If there's one thing that you could say to your followers or your fans or your haters, what would it be?
I was gonna say, I'm actually gonna borrow something that I say to Monochromatic a lot, who was on y'all's show a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching right
it's
now.
from-
I'm watching right now.
Oh, is she? Hi, Mono. Well, I say this to her a lot, but it's from Tolkien, and it's "Great heart will not be denied," and it's always been something that I've said to her. And it's also been something I say to myself. And if there's anything that I've ever wanted to communicate in any story ever, it's that.
Awesome.
So, "Great heart will not be denied."
All
Also,
right.
have a story that I never finished that has that title.
Well, finish it. What the heck?
Well, it's like 3 years old now.
Well, that doesn't matter. That's just about like
Yeah.
I've been working on Office Love for that long. Anyway, moving on. Final story. Final question.
Also, we have a quick question from the chat. It's just a
go
very
for it.
simple one. Someone said, "I like his accent."
Well, that would be Deep South,
You do not sound deep south.
which is, trust me, as I continue to drink, it will be more that way.
Yeah, all right, my favorite.
Yeah, I really pull it out. But it is mostly Deep South. There is a difference between Deep South and Old South, which is on the coast. There are actually several Southern accents. Mine happens to be the one most common to Mississippi and Alabama.
Interesting. Well, we'll have to listen for that as more similes are said.
Yee. So, last but not least, before we jump into the user questions, we're gonna get political. We're gonna burn some friendships. We're gonna make
Let's do it.
people hate you. Who is
do it.
best pony?
Oh my god. It's a tie. Can I do a tie? Am I allowed to do a
It's
tie?
acceptable.
We'll allow it, but you should, if you put them in a death battle, you'll have to tell us who you think will win.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do this. It's Rarity.
That's it. Get off the
I'm
show.
sure that-
We're
Yeah.
done. We're
I'm sure that'll
done.
make Mono happy.
It's Rarity. It used to be Twilight. And I love Twilight Sparkle to bits, and I often am Twilight Sparkle, but it's Rarity.
All
It's
right.
gotta be.
That's fine. We still like you. All right. We're going to start off with some questions from RK Striker JK5, who starts by asking, what is your favorite non-MLP franchise?
That is actually hard. Star Wars and Star Trek probably are the ones that are always going to be in my heart. Recently, it's been Warhammer 40k. It doesn't help that my table in the dining room is literally covered right now with unpainted figures. I need to finish.
All right. Numero dos. Have you done anything fan-related with any non-MLP franchise?
Yes, actually. This probably doesn't exist anymore, but I started writing the first fan fiction I ever wrote was the Star Wars fan fiction. The X-Wing books. I think Michael Stackpole was involved with those at one point. Kevin J. Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
I like elementary school, maybe 6th grade me was so mad that Asir Salar and Gavin Darklighter didn't get together that I wrote a fic as a 6th grader, all by longhand.
Oh
I
my
did
God.
some. Yep, that's how I got started. That was the first story that I actually remember really, really working on. I did some fan fiction when I was younger for Redwall, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, I did some Redwall. Was Julius Scipio back then. I did some kind of for a obscure series called Dragons in Our Midst, which is not all that great. The first book is worth reading for YA fiction. It's pretty decent. I did some for that, and that's about it.
Well, you also have a particular podcast.
Oh, that is true. Thank you for reminding me.
Chill the hell out of yourself. Go for
Go
it.
for it, man.
I me and my co-host Panda run a podcast called Imagine Me and Utana, which is basically us watching through Revolutionary Girl Utana, which is an amazing 90s anime. It is weird, it's surreal, it's kind of disturbing. It is like Evangelion but pink, and it's also gay as hell. We have been doing that for a while. You can actually find us on Twitter at UtanaCast. We have like 30-something episodes now. We've done everything from just watching through episodes to me having an entire episode about existentialism. It was really fun. It has been really exciting. I really enjoy it.
Wonderful. Let's move now to questions from Tony Montana, who starts by asking, if you could completely erase a story from existence and wipe everyone's memory of it, would you do it? And if
Yes.
so, which story would it be? And it does not have to be MLP related.
Can it be?
Of course.
The Chase.
Oh! Shots fired!
Okay.
I got 100 chapters in because I'm an archaeologist of a sort. And also because I wanted to see how far I could get. If it was outside of MLP, you know, it's actually a Kate Chopin novel, The Awakening.
What? No. I have to fight you. I have to
just-
actually get in a fist fight with you.
I just hate The Awakening. I'll tell you.
I hate
I'll
Kate
tell you
Chopin,
why.
but if you're gonna choose a different Kate Chopin, there's so much bad that she does. There's so much worse.
Like I actually like Kate Chopin. Here's the thing. The thing I didn't like about The Awakening, I liked most of it. The problem I always had was like her kids. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes.
And that always bothered me because, like, especially bothered me because I read it when I was younger, and so I identified with those kids, and it always like rankled me.
You
Like,
you identified with those little pieces of garbage. My
Well,
God.
no, I didn't identify with them. I more identified with their position as, like, you know, if your mom and dad didn't care about you, because obviously her husband did not give a shit about those kids,
No.
and it just hurt my heart that, like, of course they're little pieces of shit. Like, no one cares about them, and because I was a teacher for a little while. Like, I love kids, and so that is why. It's not because Kate Chopin is bad. I actually really like Kate Chopin. I can't really think of another one except Infinite Jest. Cause fuck Infinite Jest.
I'm just nodding along over here like I have no idea who this author is, and I feel like that's a crime upon humanity that I need to fix.
Kate
Chopin's okay.
Chopin wrote a story called Fedora, and that's all you need to fucking know. Okay, I'm done.
Chopin's pretty good. I'm not as much a fan of her as I am O'Connor, but she's still pretty good.
All right. I don't know how to take Pencil's words about a Fedora story, but I've written one, so let's move on. What is the worst advice for writing you've ever heard, Kind?
Rewrite everything you do more than twice.
Who told you that? Who said that? Who?
It is a very popular bit of advice for people to rewrite and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite. And it's like most lies, it's grounded in the truth, and that you should definitely go back and you should polish and you should work on your craft. The problem is when you rewrite the same thing like 3 or 4 times, you do not improve it, except by luck.
No. All overworking, guys.
Yeah, I rewrote the first chapter of The Night is Passing like 4 times. Mostly because I had like 10 editors, and I'll never do that again. It was a terrible experience. But that's the worst advice I wish people would not give.
Interesting. All right. I've never heard that advice before, so.
Terrible.
Also, Tony Montana asks, what are your thoughts on vaginal hemorrhoids?
They give me sympathetic pain in places I don't actually have.
Right
Is it like-
on the taint.
Is it like in the pubis bone, like right above, like where the pubic hair springs out?
Deep.
So in your pube follicles, you feel it.
Yes, every single one.
Oh, that actually sounds terrible too. That makes my skin crawl a little bit more than vaginal hemorrhoids does. In theory. God.
So now we're going.
All of your pubic hair becomes infected follicles at once. That would be the worst day.
Well, I mean,
Why are we talking about nightmares?
well, I
That
mean,
works. That's all
that's
the way
probably some popping video watcher's fetish.
God, no! I'm not sober enough for this.
Hey, you know what? This makes me feel like under someone's shoe.
This makes me feel like a fat kid in a candy store. Oh wait.
Now we get to drink.
All right. Now we're going to the RB-47.
He's actually in my server called, "Hey, aren't you the RB-47?"
That is exactly why I did
Oh my
it. Don't ever
God,
accuse me
I
of
love
not
it.
doing research on inside jokes. Number 1. Do you have a favorite episode? Note that it doesn't say of MLP.
It just says favorite.
Oppones, I'm gonna have to say, guys, it's dumb, but I still really love Winter Wrap Up.
No, it's good.
It's fun.
It's a classic.
As well as I actually really love the Royal Wedding episodes.
Yes!
Oh
Sorry.
I love Cadence.
Yes!
Design.
no!
She became more of a fun character later. I wish that there was more opportunity to use her in the show. She has a really fun design. The Crystal Empire is kind of a cool setting. But like the whole Royal Wedding thing was, I don't know. I just kind of liked it. The whole Changeling arc. God, it's got one of the best fucking songs. You guys realize that the song she sings in the wedding episodes, like This Day is going to be perfect.
This aria?
Yes.
This aria.
You
She's a
realize that her name is Cadence, right? And if you look at the chord progression of that song, what it actually is called, what the musical trick, I forget the actual chords, but because it's a chord you don't expect, it is called a deceptive cadence. I'm not
I think you just
fucking
made
with
Priest's dick act. No, I think you actually just made Priest's dick a little hard. You talk music and cadence in the same sentence.
Dude, when I
you
realized
can
that,
stay.
it blew my mind. But yeah,
It's good.
Well, and here's a fun thing about music theory. You have a cadence, and then you have a decadence.
Right. But, I mean, neither of those are the same thing as a deceptive cadence. Like, a cadence...
But still, it's going to have both of those in that music.
it's such a multi-layered, like, little cool thing. I don't know, I just love it. There's little things like that in there that I just really love.
It proves that Daniel Ingram has some sense of humor.
He's also a really, really, really good musician, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Well, I mean, my favorite from him was Pony I Wanna Be.
Oh,
I love that
yes.
stupid song.
I
I
resonate
wish I
with
had
that
Do
that
song.
you believe?
Well, and I hate to say it, but I resonate with that song so well growing up, because God. Yeah.
Cause
Life
somebody was shit
experiences.
to you forever. Yeah.
I just
Next
love the
question,
mix
please.
of that
About
with...
DLC?
No, I'm connecting that to the Numb remix of Pony I Wanna Be.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I love
that was
that.
actually
I love
pretty
everything about that. God, I feel
It's
like the
so
background
good.
person. Can someone say a simile so I can drink?
I like that song like a bucket
I like
drummer
it.
on the street.
I like that song like I like my dicks inside her.
Whoa.
Well,
Like a town-
okay.
Like the town drunk gone to bourbon.
The town drunk on to Bourbon Street. Yeah.
Rolling down Beale.
Oh,
Actually,
God.
fuck Beale.
Oh, thank you, everyone. I needed that anyway.
If you live in Memphis, you stole all of our music, and I'm mad at you.
All right, Kyle, next question. Who is
Yes.
your favorite published author and favorite ponyfic author?
Published. I'm sorry, guys. I got to do it time. Because it's a three-way tie between Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, and Stephen King.
Interesting.
Not bad
ones.
choices.
Just like that.
Yeah,
Just like Stephen King, you ruined the end of that list.
it's true.
That was also a simile. Ah.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, there we go. Wow, I got two of these things, but they're apparently not going to last me long.
I'm swinging out of a bottle. I'm swinging out of a bottle at this point.
MLP wise, it varies. Short Skirts and Explosions is up there. Monochromatic is up there. Monochromatic's one of my favorites. I have never read a monochromatic story that I did not love, which is saying something because like I've read Short Skirts stories I was kind of about. I love like Hooffull of Dust. There are stories of theirs that are just okay. I've never read a monochromatic story I didn't just absolutely fall in love with.
Good choice.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Chuck Finley's up there as well. Definitely, because holy shit, I could talk about Chuck's writing for days.
But we're not going to do that because we have lots of questions. So great.
Number 3. Who is your ideal reader?
My ideal reader, and this is actually a Stephen King reference, is an amalgamation of 3 people. Monochromatic again, Scarlet, as in Scarlet Weather. You should read her blogs. And someone you've probably not heard of called Ice Star. Ice Star has been a long-time reader of mine. He's read like most of my stuff, I think. She used to send me random private messages because she was reading through Dante's Divine Comedy. And whenever I write, I think to myself, is this a story that these 3 people would enjoy? Would they get and would they enjoy the little tidbits I put in there? If a joke or a reference or something is not something that they would want to dig into, then it's not worth my time.
Fair enough. All right. Number 4. What is your typical writing process?
Funny you should ask, because I'm actually where I do most of my writing, on my porch. My typical writing process is I sit somewhere that is mildly to incredibly uncomfortable. If it's cold, all the better. I make sure that I have a pack of American Spirit Blacks, and if I'm feeling very, very verbose, something above 80 proof, and I chain smoke until I'm just literally cannot write anymore because I will die.
I was going to ask, just a question to add in on this. Is this planned writing or discovery writing? Because I know David Silver usually at.
Discovery writing, but it's complicated. Like, I don't sit out and like make outlines. I tried that with the Nice Passing. I actually went back and looked and realized that the outline in my head was not the outline that I wrote down. I have an idea. Stories for me begin with a picture, begin with a title, like a vague sense, almost like a dream. Like, you know how you have a kind of like how you remember a dream, and that is a simile. Well, it's about to be like a dream. That you have this foggy memory of in the back of your head that fades. That sort of foggy memory is what stories start as for me. And when I write, I'm writing to that story, and it's kind of discovery writing, and I feel like I'm not so much planning it out as it is happening, and I'm just like there.
All right. And then RB-47 then adds, for those of you playing along at home, feel free to compare and contrast the answers given 4.5 years ago on the Pony Fiction Vault blog spot. So I went and take a little time to go take a look and see how your answers have changed. And the good news is that it's really not a whole lot. You did say Stephen King, hands down. And you did say Short Skirts and Explosions, hands down.
Yeah, I still like SSE.
You also mentioned Colton Gardez.
Colton Gardez is up there for me. God, man, Salvation. I can't talk about it. I'm going to cry. I'm too drunk to talk about Salvation.
Aw.
All right.
We're only half an hour in. Man.
That was a long time ago.
I'm drunk already. It's going to be a good time.
Let's go to Lieutenant Major Dude, who says, who is your fanfiction hero?
I have 2. Ice Star and Black Rose Raven. You probably have not heard of either of those. And that's part of why they're kind of my heroes. Because Black Rose Raven, guys, if you haven't looked him up, you might wanna. The man has written millions of words. It is ridiculous. He does this with very low viewer counts. Like, he just does not give a shit. Things that phase other writers, including myself, do not phase him. He is just going to produce. Is it my favorite writing? No. But I wish I sometimes I'm like, like the beggar at the edge of the crowd trying to touch Jesus's robe, like, please give me a little bit of your power and a little bit of your drive. The other is Ice Star for kind of the same reason. Ice Star has created a whole universe, like this interlocking continuity with a fraction of the view count that I tend to think of as being like acceptable. And every time that I get into this headspace of like anything less than 1,000 views is terrible, I think about the fact that Ice Star has created a very intricate and meaningful continuity and world and universe of themselves for themselves, and like they did it with only a fraction, and they continued, and that kind of like gives me strength. Like I want to be more like them and have that drive and have that will.
Very poetic. And also, it's really cool that your people that are your heroes are the people that are writing for fun, and because they want to. That's cool. The next question is the converse, though. Who is your femfiction villain? And as stipulated by the comments, if you fail to answer this question, it will automatically become Flutter Priest. So please don't do this to me. I can't handle this. I don't like it when people don't like me. Don't do this to me.
It's really nobody, but because I don't want it to be Flutter Priest.
Yeah.
I used to be jealous a little bit of Chingar back in the day, and to deal with this, I actually started. It is an ongoing joke in my server and also my life that every time that I say his name, I have to like make it into like a CQ, like 2 different words. So I end up saying like Chimichanga Cordito or something. Just kind of a play on his name. He's not really my enemy or anything. It's just like me reminding myself not to take myself too seriously, because I used to be very jealous of winning Pony's success in the long ago.
It's good to hear that you've changed. Moving on to questions now from Lise Eek. Oh, sorry, I missed one. What is your opinion on comments that are literally empty? There are no words. There are no spaces. They are literally empty comments.
They are unsettling. And also, I suspect dark things out of them. Yeah.
Wonderful. Now.
They're staring at you blankly.
We have questions from Lisa Claire. So, number 1, why did you hide you were Stephen King?
Fuck it, Lise. Wouldn't you? I mean, God, have you read half of Wouldn't you fucking hide it? I mean, God, did you guys read... Oh, I can't spoil that. But did you guys fucking read The Gunslinger? Okay, well, if you'd read the whole, like, all the Dark Tower, then you would also hide your identity if you'd written it. Even though I love the Dark Tower.
Hey, to each their own. Just answer this for King fans. Does there exist a proper Dark Tower movie?
Ooh.
Okay, my answer is yes, but only because of things that I can't talk about without spoiling the end.
Fair enough.
But yes, if you've read all the way to the end and you understand what the end means, then yeah, you can fit the movie into that. And also, fuck y'all, Idris Elba is Roland forever in my brain.
Elba's a beautiful creature.
God, I just wanted to like hump the screen. He's so beautiful.
Right?
He was Roland Descain. Oh my God, my heart. I just like he's doing the little like gunslinger like motto thing, and I like literally like crying in the theater. Like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Nice.
Number 2. What is the weirdest thing you've seen?
That's a really hard question to ask somebody whose job used to literally be go to the capital and metro area and find a homeless person to give them medicine. That used to be my job. So that is a hard question. God. I don't know. I have a bunch of answers. A Chinese secret policeman who was being really obvious about the fact he was tailing us. I accidentally walked in on 2 guys fornicating in the freshman showers. That was interesting.
Not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It was strange. I didn't realize until it was about 2 a.m, and I didn't realize until I'd actually been shampooing my hair for a while. I just kind of stood there, water cascading like rain off a tin roof. Drink.
Listening to the humping.
And I realized that there was a ambience of passion. Passion is the word I'm going to use. Carnal passion. And I stood there, befuddled,
Stop.
for a moment and realized, I think somebody's fucking over there. It took me a second, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure there are 2 people fucking over there. And then I didn't know what to do, so I just sort of like finished shampooing my hair and went back to studying. I mean, what was I supposed to do? I mean,
You didn't have much of a choice.
I didn't have much of a choice. What was I gonna like remind them that our RAs had like a whole like hall meeting to tell us please don't fornicate in the showers? It's getting unsanitary. I mean, I could, and that happened, but like I don't think they would have listened to me, and it would have been awkward. And I don't know. So that happened.
Someone else listening is probably already like, or you could have been up and be like, is there room for one more? But no.
I didn't think about that till I got back to my room. I was like, God damn it.
I guess it's Lefty again tonight.
God damn it.
Hindsight is 20/20, like a person with good glasses.
The other one I was going to say for that, I went to China when I was younger, and we actually were there visiting some friends of my dad, and who were occasionally doing missionary work there, and the Chinese government sent someone to follow us, and I know this because he was really obvious about it. He followed us everywhere we went, reading the same newspaper, and
That's not subtle.
yeah, it was incredibly unsubtle. He did not give even a single shit. He just did not care. This was a blue milk run. He did not give a fuck what we did. Only interaction we had with him was when me and my sister were playing with some of the kids in one of the villages around Guangzhou in the creek. He made us get out because it was dangerous, and that is the only interaction we had with him. So I was tailed by secret police. That is my story that I can tell.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Number 3.
Go ahead.
What advice can you give to starting authors?
Don't. No, I'm kidding.
I've given a lot of advice to people about that. Like, they ask me. I don't know why they ask me, because I always kind of like shrug and then flail. But it depends on the person. But my main 2 are read and write. Read comics. Read the classics. Read genre fiction. Read the newspaper. Be like Erasmus, who we are told it's apocrypha. It's a little bit of apocrypha. In the 16th century, stopped in the middle of a dirty, muddy street in traffic because a bit of newspaper was in the mud in the road, and he sat and read it. Like, well, not sat, but like stood there in the middle of traffic and read it because the printed word was precious. Be that kind of person. Read everything all the time. Even if you don't have time for a book, find things you can read. Read goddamn TV tropes if you have to. Just don't be a dick about it.
Audiobook.
The other audiobooks are wonderful. The other one is write. You can't just say you're a writer. You have to actually write. You have to like type at things, and it will suck. And you just like make it happen anyway. Things that exist can be improved upon. Things that you agonize over being perfect until you don't do anything can't be improved upon because they don't exist. Just write the goddamn story. That would be it.
Wonderful. Now we're going to go to questions from Toomer, who starts by saying boop. You have been booped now.
I boot back.
Oh, this hasn't
have to
happened
roll it
before. Oh,
Do I have
shit.
to roll- Do I have to roll back? Do I have to roll? Like, what's his AC?
Roll.
It's pretty low, dude. It's pretty low. I think you can take him.
Fuck, this is why I never play melee characters. I don't know what to do. Shit.
He
well-
then asks, how do you
You can be like
even
One
pronounce
Punch Man.
boop?
Boop?
Yeah. I guess.
Is there another way?
That is what he asked.
I don't know. Is there another way?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's gonna keep me up tonight.
We're going to question number 1, Mayor. Is it pineapple on pizza? Is it ethical?
No.
Good man.
Not at all.
One of those words was true, but no. Pineapple on pizza is bad, and you should feel bad if you're out there and you put pineapple on your pizza. You're a heretic.
I will fight
forgive
you. I will fight you, and I will win.
You could try.
They always say that. In the words of, I forgot who, but it was the Albigensian Crusade, kill them all, let God sort them out. But I'll say this. Pineapple on pizza is better than some of the other things I've seen people put on pizza. Is that fair?
I believe that.
I've seen put peas
peanut
and
butter.
mayonnaise.
I've seen peanut butter and mayonnaise, not together, but separately on pizza. And I will gladly make peace with the heathens who like pineapple on their pizza to jointly face this horrific monster together.
And mayonnaise on a single pizza.
Mayonnaise is...
I mean,
No.
I've seen mayonnaise on fries before, but I mean, then there's other things. That it's like a weird, like, gourmet poutine.
I would shame people for eggs on pizza, but I've actually, when I was in Rome, that was actually really common, so I can't.
Actually, eggs on pizza are really good.
You would say that.
What is that supposed to fucking mean?
It means you're trash, priest. Accept it.
No!
Accept your
Oh,
darkness.
okay, maybe a little. But
There we go.
this is what
Hey, it's
people
only a
do to
little
me.
fleck of shit on your food. This ain't gonna kill you.
Ravage, I swear to God. I will
It's like the smoking area in a restaurant. You're still not gonna get away from it.
They still have those?
Yeah, they do in some places.
Oh, they have them all over in Colorado.
I will take you to the worst rated Chinese restaurant in San Francisco for BabsCon and tell them to give you the garbage plate.
San Francisco, if you do that, you're actually like 50-50 about getting something fucking amazing that you'll never be able to have anywhere else.
Shit.
Probably, yeah. And then I'll just ask them for some hot oil. Hey, you got some hot oil? Spice it up a little bit.
Oh my God.
Hot sesame chili oil? Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
All right, let's get back on the rails. Number 3. Oh, shit. I didn't ask number 2. That's a problem. Question number 2, Mayor. Fuck, marry, kill between Trixie, Sunset, and Glim Glam.
Mary Sunset. Fuck Trixie. Sorry, Glim, but you're not long for this world. About to shuffle off that mortal coil.
I approve of everything you just said.
Wrecked. Number 3. Let's play Do or Diddle. Which Philly gets the Willy?
Oh my God.
Twist
You asked for
or Zipper Will?
Which one is Zipper Will again?
Zipporil has that wonderful accent. She's the one with the puppy who wouldn't play fetch with her anymore.
Oh, that one.
Twist, I guess?
So you'd prefer the lisp to the accent. Got it.
Disgusting. Number 2.
I don't know, I just have a thing for redheads.
Hey, with all that spit, at least you know she's lubed up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but the braces, though? The braces,
God.
though. The braces,
I'm
though.
not drunk enough for this.
Priest,
What?
Oh my God.
you forgot
I'm definitely pulling out the cigars early.
you forgot to tell him the other option that he always has.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, right. Because here on the Barcast, killing yourself is always an option.
You can always choose to kill yourself.
And that's important because the next question is, would you rather bone pumpkin cake or flurry heart?
Do I get to, are they aged up?
No.
Well, in fine Southern tradition, I would then choose to die in battle.
Against yourself.
Yes.
Go hang
Probably
yourself on a
against some
tree.
moonshine.
Look,
To be clear.
No one is better at hopeless causes than us. There ain't nothing more hopeless than fighting yourself.
To be clear, we are not actually endorsing anyone. None of us want you to die. But
Flurry Heart, because her design is better.
Yes! Thank you!
why are you
Like
saying
I said.
thank you? Priest, why are you saying thank you? Now we get to make the baby jokes even louder.
No,
for you.
please, no, don't.
You've done it.
No, we're done with
Just
the
like-
baby. The baby is a dead meme.
Hey, Raph,
What?
have you seen the baby?
Stop.
Baby?
There's a baby?
The baby.
There's a baby?
Where's the
Baby,
baby?
yeah. Priest, what do you think of the baby?
The baby is garbage! We're moving on!
Why is the baby garbage?
The final...
Because Priest...
Okay,
well,
so
Priest
there
once
was...
said... He was
Please
trying
explain
To...
plots.
Priest,
So there was...
Priest was... What the fuck, Priest? I get to do this.
Fine. I guess I don't get to explain myself.
No, you don't. That's the best part. To call attention to the fact that the worst princess was obvious, like who is best princess, who is worst princess. He was trying to call attention to the fact that Flurry Heart was worst princess. However, all he said was, guys, have you seen the baby? And he said it in that voice, in the suggestive as fuck voice, and not a single person on the cast thought he was implying the baby was horrible. We were all just like, Jesus fucking Christ, Priest! And it's recorded, and somebody put it on YouTube.
It's canon now.
So occasionally we get all up in arms about the baby.
Well, my
It's
only
cute.
gripe against the baby is it turns Velvet from a MILF to a GILF, and that's kind of my... Yeah, no, fuck no. I don't
going
acknowledge
to
the baby.
beer time.
I just figured out what the G
Oh
was.
shit,
Okay,
they're
we
coming
can
for me.
I said the baby, now it's time! Anyway,
Alright,
what is
final
the-
do or diddle. Nyx or Snowdrop?
Snowdrop.
Good choice. She'll never see it coming. Next question is from Violent.
Oh.
It's time.
Fuck you.
Oh my god!
It's time.
Oh my god. Hold on, let me clear my throat. Here we go. Questions with Vylon!
Oh my
Vylon,
god.
who hurt you?
Oh my god.
Violon's question. Tea
Oh God,
or
what is it?
coffee?
That's hard. On one hand, I love community coffee. On the other hand, did you know that vodka goes really well in Earl Grey tea?
I did not. I need to try this.
I have a lavender Earl Grey tea here, and it is amazing!
Law school teaches you lots of things. None of them have to do with law. I'm gonna say coffee.
Good
How
choice.
How do you like your coffee?
Hmm?
How do you like your coffee?
My coffee with cream.
Oh.
No
Ooh.
sugar?
Ooh.
A little bit of sugar.
Okay.
And like 3 of those don't have more than 2 of these a day, like super caffeine shots.
Oh. We can be friends. This is good
Yes.
stuff.
I feel the war.
My
It is a
caffeine
good
addict is
pain.
happy. Alright. Vlade now has a question. Milk?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Not enough coffee now has questions. And it seems quite proper to go to not enough coffee now. Howdy, let's get rowdy. Number 1. Any particular poems you like?
Yes. I love the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. It's one of my favorite poems, probably of all time. Tennyson's Ulysses is also one that I've gotten several people to record because I love it that much. I'm okay with Wasteland is up there, but not as much. There's one other one. Oh, my favorite poem of all time is by a man I could talk about for a long time named Kit Smart. Christopher Smart, who wrote For I Will Consider My Cat Joffrey. It is a poem about cats, and also not about cats, but it is actually about cats. And every single line begins for.
Huh.
It is the greatest thing ever.
Into that. Thank you for the head.
It is simultaneously incredibly ironic and funny, and very deeply serious. He wrote it about he was put into an asylum for religious mania because he had a breakdown, a nervous breakdown, and started begging people in a local park to pray with him in the middle of the grass. And so they locked him up, and he, poor soul, was already better by the time they locked him up, but it was too late. And his only friend for years and years was a cat named Joffrey, the only person he talked to. And so he wrote a poem about Joffrey. He actually they would not give him quill and pen and paper, so he carved it on walls and carved it in soap.
Well, that's a little fucked up.
Yep, and he did it anyway, and it's one of the greatest poems I've ever read in my life.
Jesus.
For I will consider my cat Joffrey.
What got you into reading and writing?
Well, when I was a kid, I was actually really slow to read, which is something that surprises people that know me because I'm like infamous for reading fast. But my parents one day said that they were no longer going to be called into the room to read every text bubble in Zelda, Ocarina of Time or Oregon Trail for me, and I had to figure it out on my own. So I did, very quickly. So video games actually were the reason that I really focused and learned how to read, because they were stories, and I wanted to experience those stories.
All right.
Trail. It's important.
Number 3.
Trail?
Which Oregon Trail?
The first one. And also the second one.
Good choices. Number 2. Shit, that was number 2. Number 3! I'm doing this, guys. I got this.
I know. How do you?
What are your greatest influences?
In no particular order, Milton, Faulkner. I used to live in his hometown, about 1.5 miles away from his house. Flannery O'Connor, Anne Rice, Stephen King, John Donne, and specifically the King James Version translation, and specifically the Psalms, Proverbs, and the Book of Job translated in the King James, specifically for the language and parallelism.
Moving straight
I
on.
managed to say a lot from being drunk.
Number 4.
Yay!
Any book recommendations?
Any what?
Book recommendations.
House of Leaves.
You are the first person
never
to
heard of that.
recommend House of Leaves, and I'm so excited that you even know what that is. That is one of
House
the
of
greatest
Leaves.
uses of annotations ever in any book. Sorry, I'm done.
It is still
God.
sitting on my shelf, and my God, I really need to
You
get
need
to
to
it.
fucking read it. It will destroy you. You will be very deeply uncomfortable for the next week.
How long is it?
No, it is Doki Doki, but in literature format, in a lot of the things it does to you, and it's wonderful! Anyway, I'm sorry.
How long is it?
That is a hard question to ask because some of the pages have a single sentence on them.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I need to
not
just
format.
like disappear for a week and read this book.
It has to be read. It isn't one of those ones you can audiobook. It relies heavily on formatting, and some of the formatting will leave you feeling afraid to go to sleep. So it is really good.
Nice.
All right, I'm sorry. I got really enthusiastic because no one has said House of Leaves on here before. Thank you.
I'm sure after I read the book, I'd be like, all of you need to stop right fucking now and read House of Leaves, but I guess I just need to do it. Moving on. Number
Yes,
5.
you do.
What sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to? And the answer is probably not hockey.
I would say golf, but it's already mandatory if you're playing it right by Scottish rules. So I'm gonna say, for hilarity's purpose, curling would be hilarious if everyone was blitzed.
They are. It's Canada.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know. Have you ever had Canadian Hunter whiskey? Because I did. That was my go-to in college, and I would put it in coffee, and it is distinctly the worst experience I've ever had.
Why did you do this to yourself? Like, that much?
Because I don't know. I was like, every time I'd put it in the coffee, and I would say verbatim, The only way we know we're alive is if we suffer. And then I would take a sip, and it would suck. And also, it was cheap.
That needs to be your fanfic bio at the top.
Quick bio.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
All right.
sorry.
We're going to go to questions now from Carapace, who starts by saying,
What are
number
you
one.
for-
Zoomy!
Wait! You missed a question.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
literally the worst. Okay.
Don't miss the question.
Number 6. How prepared are you for Jingle Moss?
I'm not. Oh my god. I only bought Scarlett's presents today. I have to buy presents tomorrow for a Christmas party on Saturday. Oh my god.
You can do it. We believe in you.
Get
I
your
can't.
shit together. Get all your shit. Put it in a bag.
Can't.
I don't know the rest of
There's
this
too much of
quote.
it.
Just get it together.
Oh my god.
You could be more efficient if you get everyone gift cards from the 99-cent store.
Fucking garbage truck. Look at him. He's here.
Hello, Taku.
Sorry, I'm late. I was taking on a fucking fetch quest all day, and I just got back.
Nice.
Oh, what?
Or fetch quest.
Oh.
We need to
let's
talk
go
about your
on.
World of Warcraft addiction. But
Oh, we are not talking
let's-
about that. We're going to the next
Let's
question.
not let's not talk about my LARPing.
Oh.
now I really want to talk about your LARPing. Okay, no, let's go. No. Okay, number one from Carapace. What is your favorite bit of world building you've read in and out of the fandom?
He wants me to say respite, and the answer is respite. But if I say respite, then I'd be playing into his plans and designs. I don't want to do that because he's a dick. So yeah, it's probably what Carapace has actually done with changelings. But in general, we took changelings and bat ponies from very minute appearances with very little information and crafted amazing things out of them. And that's so cool. It's like, God, it's like alchemy. It's like we made gold from lead. Also, you should drink, because I'm pretty sure that's a simile. I'm not.
That is definitely.
Yes, that
definitely
is
something.
without a doubt a simile.
But yeah, it'd be that in general. But in specific, it's actually probably Respite, a village called Respite, and the way that the changelings are done in there is a perfect mix of bugs and fae. And as a dirty Irish, I enjoy the fae. So there you go.
You too. Anyway.
All right, next question, number 2. Favorite mythological creature and why?
Vampires. Anybody who's... I mean, God, I did 2 vampire stories in a row, you guys. I mean, I'm a slut for vampires, and everybody knows it. I would like to clarify that I'm also a slut for werewolves, because that's less obvious. But even though it's in my name, and people always forget about that. But yes, those 2.
So you would take Edward and Jacob up the ass any day?
Yeah,
Eiffel
you
Tower. Eiffel
Yeah.
Tower, that shit.
Would you love?
No, because as much as I respect Robert Pattinson for his amazing job providing the greatest commentary of any DVD commentary of all time on the Twilight movies.
Oh my god, he hates himself so much. It's beautiful.
God, I can't remember his name, but the guy who played Jacob in those movies was hot as hell. 10 out of 10.
He
Was
did
that-
another movie like directly after Twilight. I can't remember what it was, but if I
Wow, I'm
remember,
on
it
a
didn't do very
fandom.
well.
I'm on a podcast with guys, and we're talking about hot men. This has never happened before.
I mean, that Orlando Bloom, man.
Hey, Leonardo DiCaprio. Argument over.
No, have you
We're
guys-
done.
I'm
Have
just
you guys-
saying.
have-
I'm just saying that the guy who played the guy who played Jacob is one of a few incredibly attractive men that made my small maiden's heart flurry a bit. That's all. That is a perfectly fine thing to say.
Did you say flurry heart, but backwards?
I did. I wasn't aware of it at the time, but I did.
I'm a little ashamed of
I mean,
you.
have
Anyway.
you guys even
I'm
seen
ashamed of
David
you.
Tennant?
You weren't even here for that. That's not okay.
What?
He doesn't
Wait,
even
was
know.
David
He doesn't
Tennant?
even...
Wait, was David Tennant mentioned before?
No, we were talking about the baby.
Talk about the babe.
The infant.
Babe with the power. Moving on. Number 3.
Finish the line! Finish the line, you bitch! Don't you leave me David Bowie lacking.
The power of voodoo. You do! I saw my baby! Sorry.
I feel so lost. What did I miss?
A childhood. A childhood.
And I'm done now. Thank you. You can go on.
Return
now.
the slab?
Scream that. It's fine. We're good now.
Okay. Next question. Number 3. What's next in the works from the Temple of Wolf Riding?
Well, I am currently working on a commission. I was commissioned to literally what the commissioner was like, I want you to write the saddest fucking Luna story I've ever read in my life. So I was like,
Oh God.
I got you, fam. So I'm writing a sad Luna with lots of world building called Luningrad.
Oh, Flam will love you. Flam will love you.
Recycling a setting that I used in my failed FOE story, and also some Lovecraftian shit. I'm also kind of working on a fic at the moment that is kind of a companion piece to the only human in Equestria I ever wrote, which was the Warmth of Alien Suns. It's a companion piece mostly in that it's a similar situation but a very different end. And finally, I'm still working on the sequel to Ageless, or Celestia Plays Dice with the Universe, called Love, or Twilight Learns That Joy Wants Eternity. I'm struggling with it, but I'm still working on it.
Good.
Keep it up, man.
Yeah. But we are halfway through the podcast, so Pencil, take it away.
Oh, if you guys have extra money to spare, there's something you can do for us. You can go to our Patreon and donate to us. We don't use your money on booze like I just buy my booze myself. There's no point in me taking your money and using it on alcohol. So instead, we take the money you give us and we give it to a horse at Red Wing Horse Sanctuary. His name is Big Mac, and he has food because of people like you. So there is a link. There is a link in the chat. You click on the link in the chat, and you go and you donate to the money and the stuff. And I've had too much to drink, so this song is shit this weekend. Also, if you just want to join us and tell us we're great or tell us we're shit, I don't care. Here's a link to the Barcast group, and we are done. Let's continue. Boom.
You know,
Nice.
I know you said taking money, but what did you say? Dicking your money? What is
Well, I mean, it is
I mean,
in
if
a
you
nice, convenient
want to.
container. Dirty money is a phrase.
I mean,
Gross.
I mean,
Gross.
how clean is that money after you got it from that stripper's thong?
I think the real question is how dirty is it once Big Mac gets it?
Oh,
And if we're
You
putting
guys are-
our money, we could be putting our money in big. No, that's what you're doing. When you donate to our Patreon, you are effectively putting another dollar bill in Big Mac's thong.
I have this mental imagery where Big Mac is on his back and he's doing that cat thing with you do on carpets, except it's in money, and he's doing that.
Doing that cat thing?
Cats do a lot of things with carpets.
Yeah, they do, like a lot.
Where they're on their back.
Hairballs.
Okay, now you made me think of a horse that's hacking up a hairball.
That is a disturbing image.
That's a story. That's a story. That's
That'd be
going to be a
hilarious.
fetish guess in Fluttershy. What's in your
Oh,
pants?
I did it. I contributed to Flutter Guess. My life is complete. I have finished the race.
Oh my god! So you're a fan of Fluttershy? What's in your pants?
I've read most of Priest Gallery. Yes, it is amusing.
You too. Moving on.
Have you read any of my gallery?
Oh God.
Say no.
I'm not sure actually.
Say no.
No, say no.
I need the self-esteem, damn it.
I know I have, but I can't remember what story I've read.
It wasn't about dragons.
Don't think so.
Third
It's
roommate.
all garbage clap. It's fine.
Oh.
Aww.
Okay. We got a question now from the Abyss. Which pony would you snuggle with and why? And would you be the big or little spoon?
As much as I would love to be the little spoon for once in my life, no, because I'm too tall, and ponies, by their name, are small. So no. But it would probably be Fluttershy, because Fluttershy is nice, and we would have a very lovely chat.
Yay.
Oh. So as you're cuddling with her, you'd smell her smur.
I don't know what that word means, but maybe?
He tried to say smell fur instead. He said smirk.
Smur.
Jesus
I guess.
Christ. Now we're
Yes.
going to questions from the best writer on film fiction, Monochromatic.
Yay!
What drives you forward, even when you feel disillusioned with the fandom and/or writing?
There is a poem that Tolkien wrote called Mythopoeia. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but to be fair, he made the word up, so sucks to your ass bar. And there's a line in it that something to the effect of "We create still by the law which we were made." And the whole poem is kind of about myth, and it's also about the idea of subcreation, that humans create stories. It's what we do. It's who we are. It is the point of being human to an extent. We tell each other stories about everything from our days to what we would like to happen to what we would desperately not want to happen. When I feel really down, I return to that sentiment that we create still in the law which we were made, that our lives are stories and thus we create stories because we're replicating our experience. And it's important. With a capital I, it's important. That's about all I can say. It's just, I don't really think of it as a thing that I can give up, because what else would I do? It's who I am. If I weren't publishing things, I would just be writing them into Google Docs. I'd be writing poetry into Facebook statuses. I'd find a way, because I have before.
I feel that writing poetry into Facebook statuses is a dangerous road to walk on. I remember I was doing it for a while, and someone just messaged me, just like, "Are you okay, man? Like, do you need to think?"
I do it all the time. It is incredibly fun.
All right. Next question from Mono. What positive lessons have you learned via writing fan fiction?
I've learned that the greatest lie that we tell ourselves is that you can only succeed with those things that are sort of commercially viable. Because the truth is that people love weird shit, man.
I do. I can
It's
vouch.
true.
People love weird shit. You know the reason why you don't see as much weird shit on the shelves is because everyone's telling themselves that no one will buy that. People will buy it. Like, you want a good example? Carrie Fawn writes the Kitty Norville books. She's like, what if I took those like really smutty like urban fantasy novels, but like played them straight as actual like real stories and not as like really poorly written erotica? And it worked. It shouldn't have worked. Nothing about the Kitty Norville series, which is really good, and I recommend it, should work, but it does. It's weird. It is about a werewolf named Kitty with a late night radio show. It is the dumbest premise ever, and it works. People like weird shit. Don't be afraid to go out on a limb.
There is a romance novel called Ravaged by the Raptor, which is literally just a romance novel between a girl and a dinosaur.
Chuck Tingle.
So you're
Is that Chuck
saying
Tingle?
So
I don't remember.
you're saying it's perfectly normal if I wrote a story about a dragon with a pair of knockers.
Well, it's very popular. I didn't say, it made you a good person or a decent writer.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
There you
Vince
go.
was
I'm,
wise.
I'm vindicated. There you go, people. You heard it here.
Oh my god, Alex says ravaged by the raptors and spelled it ravage.
Jesus Christ.
Rav, I guess you gotta fall in love with a bunch
I
of
think
raptors.
it also makes sense to say that in your stories you should follow basic rules of biology. Just saying. Moving on.
Occasionally.
Okay.
How big is that raptor wang?
Nerd.
How big is that
babies.
raptor wang? Is there like a claw at the end of its wang?
Oh.
It's like, moving on. Holy shit.
Ow.
What is your best work and why? What is the work you're most proud of and why? And I love that distinction.
Shit. The best one in a purely technical sense is probably Exit Interview. Exit Interview is a little bit long, but I was able to find a not recently, but I found a reading that like nobody told me about, so it had been a month old, that someone had done of it. Scarlet Blade
Yeah, Scarlet Blade.
did, and holy shit! Like, especially when you read it out loud, every single goddamn line is just tense. The whole thing is just tense the entirety way through. close second and almost up there. They kind of vie for attention there. Would be the Sickness Unto Death, which I got the title from a book by Kierkegaard, actually. But the one I'm most proud of, that's hard. I have to say The Night Is Passing. I have a very tortured and hate-love relationship with that story, but that's got to be the answer I give.
Cool. All right. Let's see. Manaphy now has questions.
What?
What?
Yeah, okay. All right. Sorry. Go on.
I was about to say, like, I didn't have that bad of a stroke.
Questions in one there. That's what I was confused about.
Numero uno. How do you determine what premises would make for good stories?
I don't. I write. It's like dreams, man. It's like dreams.
Drink.
Drink. I get an idea. It comes into my head. I have a title. I have an image. I have a feeling. It just happens. I do not pick and choose. The times that I've picked and choosed, between trying to engender that artificially, I have not written any of those stories. It's probably not the answer you were hoping for, but that's the only one I can give. Sorry about that.
Fair enough. I suppose we've done the best pony thing, but this one elaborates on to say which character in MLP is your favorite and why. Does your answer change?
No.
Hooray!
Still rarity.
Then number 3. Are there any characters or genres you haven't written about before, but want to do a story about them?
I've always wanted to be able to write a story about Pinky that was good, or even just one in general.
Fucking do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
That's probably my answer.
All right. Let's see. Now we're going to questions from Alex _.
Little gift for you, as he usually does, because that's our special Alex. A little emoji version of your face.
Ooh.
Which I have put into. Well, I did it first, Priest.
I like how his emoji face right there looked like he has a face of concern.
Yeah, it's a concern.
Yeah, that was actually that picture I had commissioned to use as a profile pic somewhere from a selfie that I took. So fun little errata.
Nice.
It doesn't look anything like me, but
Yeah, I'm sure everyone was shocked.
Now
Ooh,
then,
it's time! It's time for the question I've been waiting for ever since you first said something in the very beginning.
tell me.
Would you tell us your funniest anecdote?
Okay. Oh my god.
You alluded to it. You got to give it to us now.
Well, okay. Actually, the one with the shower stalls was that
The
story.
previous one? Okay, then
Yes.
what's this one then?
Oh, let me see. What would be the funniest? Okay. So I used to work security at Nine More Nights, Dallas. I was a security lead, and I would do one of the security leads, and I did the night shift usually. And one night around 2 or 3 in the morning, just a couple of us are up. It's some of the medics and a couple of guys who just can't sleep, and me, and we had reached that stage of sleep deprivation where everything is funny as hell.
The insanity stage.
Yes, where you just start losing your grip. And one of our Shadow Joy, our medic that night, I don't know where he got it, but he got somehow he got his hands on tinfoil, and he just looked at it for a while and just kind of put it over in his hand. And I was none of us were really paying attention. We were all kind of out of it, and he started crafting very precisely until we were all kind of invested in what he was doing. And he was creating these little things. They were like, "What are these?" And then he puts them on his fingers, and they're little sombreros. Little tinfoil sombreros. And he's he just looks at us, and we're all just looking at him the fuck? And he just grins with this grin that splits his whole face. He's like, Tres Amigos.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god.
And it just loses it. We all just lose it. Nobody can say anything for the next 10 minutes as he continues to occasionally spout off some really, really horribly broken Spanish. And this really, really terrible voice, like from the Three Amigos, like the Steve Martin movie. And, God, it's one of those things where, like, it's one of those stories which is funny, but, like, nothing can ever express how funny it was. It was ineffable. And just thinking about it makes me want to laugh. Three fucking Amigos. And he would just, like, wiggle his fingers, like, do the sort of, like, little come hither thing with them, like, yes, see. He, God, there's so many funny things with that guy. Like, we had radios, right? And every now and then, he would just, like, sing over the radios. And then it would be all quiet. And someone would say something, and then there would be a pause, and he'd be like, amazing. And that's all you would hear. It would just be static and then that. Is there anything else I've got? Besides accidentally walking in on two guys fornicating loudly in the showers and not realizing it until they were, like, halfway done.
What? And you didn't join in? What are you,
That's
gay?
what
I didn't think about it. Fuck me, right? It was 2 a.m. and I wasn't thinking about it, and I went back to my room. I was like, oh, god damn it!
So,
Perfect
next
opportunity.
question. So, Priest's gonna ask you next question.
What is your favorite Christmas song? Bonus points if you sing it.
My favorite Christmas song, it's actually an Advent song. "O Come Emmanuel" is probably my favorite because it's got that cool minor key. I'm really a fan of God. What's it called? The
Oh, Odo the Old. I know what you're
Yes.
singing.
Yeah.
I know.
Is
I
that
know.
Carol of the
I love
Bells?
love-
It's
Yeah.
Carol of the Bells.
It's
Thank
called
you.
Carol of the Bells. It's called Carol of the
Yeah,
Bells.
That's probably
know
my
there's-
favorite.
First.
You know, there's a Lovecraft version of that, Ode to the Old Ones, that I love.
There's a Krampus version of that. There's an everything version of that. Somewhere
There's
on YouTube,
McDonald's
there's
versions
singing
of that.
It's so
So,
good.
on YouTube,
It's
I've
such
seen
a God. Everything about that little tune is perfect.
So
Eerie
when are
as
we
fuck.
getting a Barcast version of it?
I've been tempted to have us all do parts for Carol of the Bells, but I don't have any faith in you fucks to stay on note.
I can do it. You heard me sing "Let It Go," right?
You did.
Yeah.
Money for the horse.
All right. We're gonna move on to a question now from Super Trampoline.
Hold on.
Super
hold on. I suddenly popped in my head, just like, let's get more beer. Like, we can do
All
this.
for the horse. All for the horse.
Drink, 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 drink.
We
Drink,
need more alcohol because Milk is asleep fucking again. All right. Super Trampoline asks, when are we going to ride a Cola Ab Eggin?
I think he was trying to say write a collab again, but failed pretty
miserable.
miserably. Nice, Tramp. I don't know, man. Whatever, you're awake, and I'm awake, and I'm intoxicated, and you're intoxicated. I pointed at the wrong one for me, but still. That's when that will happen again. Yes.
Wonderful. Let's see.
Yeah.
Questions now from Pickleless. What is the strangest, no, most interesting person you've given a car ride to?
So, I used to have a job where I drove patients for a clinical drug trials, schizophrenic patients mostly. And I had a lot of interesting characters. Some of them were terrible, some of them were great. One of the most interesting I had was a guy who was very, very normal. He was trying to get through. He was doing some kind of online school to be a nurse, and very, very normal. We used to talk about Kanye and listen to Kanye all the time on his drives. Except that, inexplicably, he would always bring books with him to sit at the clinic with. And one day I took a gander and realized, holy shit, this guy is reading some deep Alex Jones level conspiracy shit. And I started paying attention to his books. and he would get the weirdest, like, aliens invented the wheel kind of stuff. And he would just, otherwise, he seemed very, very normal and pretty well put together, but he would just read the weirdest shit.
All right.
It's obvious. No, it's obvious that aliens invented the triangle.
You mean
Oh my
the
God,
musical
no.
instrument? Because I'd believe it.
The other one.
Next.
Hold on, I do have another one.
Okay.
When I was in Belize, I met a man who had been a part of Belize's first independent government. He worked in the first Department of Agriculture for Belize, of their independent government. And I remember we were talking to him one day, and he had lots of cool stuff. And he was very much like a man of the soil kind of thing, like very much a guy comfortable doing manual labor, even though he had had this really cushy job. And he told us about how in the 80s, when they got their independence, they were invited to America, to Texas, to sort of like, give an exchanging of, like, how do you guys run things in y'all's Department of Agriculture? Like, what are some techniques we can bring back home to Belize? And they took him out to a Texan ranch with cows. And he told us about one of the strangest moments in his life was when they told him how many heads of cattle they had. He realized that not only were there more cows on this ranch, and one ranch in Texas, than there were in the entirety of his country, but that there were more cows on that ranch than there were people in his country. And how strange that was. Almost as many as people as at that time. And I don't know, that anecdote has always stayed with me. That's probably one of the most interesting people I've ever met.
Sweet.
And you kind of reminded me of this thing that Flame told me during a road trip when we saw shit ton of cows. That cows are secretly the ones running the U.S.
Why is there context there?
Anyway, next question.
All right, moving on. We're going to move on to questions now from Sunbro for Life. It starts by asking, what is your favorite video game?
Right now it's Hearts of Iron 4, specifically the Kaiserreich mod.
All right, number 4. What's your favorite boss fight?
Sephiroth at the end of Final Fantasy 7.
All right.
Next.
Have you accepted Skeletor, the Master of the Universe, into your heart?
No, because that would be heresy against the Emperor of Mankind.
All right, number 4. You are in a township of Pone. What business do you start?
Whatever you call the person who makes horseshoes.
Farrier.
Very
A
smart.
blacksmith?
Well, actually,
Farrier.
it's technically a blacksmith. A farrier is the one who puts them on. Anyway, next.
I need to know for a friend, how do you fight back oncoming xenoswarms?
My God, please stop eating.
Sorry.
With a lot of last gunfire. Specifically, all of it.
Number 6. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
If we knew that, we would know the answers to many great questions.
And lastly, number 7. Do you even praise bro?
Yes.
Wonderful. Now we're going to questions from the best writer on film fiction, Source Skirts and Explosions. See what I did there? I said for both mono and skirts. Okay. What doth life?
Because I know Skirts is at least vaguely familiar with them, I will quote Soren Kierkegaard. I stick my finger into existence and smell it. It smells of nothing. That's for you, Skirts.
That's weirdly poetic and kind of strange. Moving on. Sam, the anti-ninja, now has questions. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, I scrolled down. You find yourself in Equestria, and all your favorite pony folk are gathered there. You can only stay for 1 minute. What do you say to all of them? And most importantly, whose snoot do you boop on the way out?
I tell them to stay good. No matter what happens, stay good. And I resist the urge to say, stay golden, pony boy, because most of them are not boys. And definitely boop Twilight Snoot.
Got her.
So distressed, and she would try to research why you did it. Anyway.
Sure.
You do realize that's where the self-destruct is located on them, right? You beat your snoots and they blow up.
Blow up ponies by snoop whipping them. Oh god, I should write that.
You should.
Oh man, write that anyway.
Now we're going to questions from Totally Not a Brony, who says, I'm terribly sorry. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out from where I know you, but I keep drawing a blank. Aside from maybe Discord, where have our paths previously crossed?
I have no idea, but it's very possible that at one point you had a fic in the box. And when I was in law school and at the end of college, I used to occasionally shitpost and popular fics, where I would just like copy pasta something really weird and esoteric and inexplicable. So maybe there. Otherwise, I have no idea. Hi. Howdy.
Now we're going to questions from that other guy, who asks,
Yay!
how does this make you feel?
Intoxicated.
It's a
Ah!
Yeah,
Holy
that's
shit.
why I was like, holy fucking shit earlier.
I
That's
am dismayed
That
on
is
multiple
nice.
levels. There are
That is-
several levels, and I am dismayed on all of them.
That's nightmare fuel right there.
I need to show that to my supervisor. He's scared of clowns.
What the fuck?
Welcome back, Rev.
It's a
Who
pony
invited-
clown.
By the way,
Who invited Dante?
If you notice, also, they have a painted smile on, but they're frowning.
It's deep.
the chat wants to know what you're eating.
Me?
I said popcorn.
Popcorn. Okay. All right.
Yes, popcorn.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm logged in as Milk. Anyway.
Okay.
What is
anyway.
the most abhorrent story premise you can come up with?
That I have come up with, or that I can come up with?
Yes.
You can.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I would say Fluttershy tries to guess Anon's fetish over and over and over again. but
Oh
that's
my
the-
god.
Of course.
hmm.
Of course.
Ah, shit. It'd probably be something like really edgy, like cupcakes or something.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Now we have questions from Lord Shax, who starts by asking, does Bruno Mars is gay?
Bruno Mars is definitely gay.
He's a very pretty gay man, though, and he dances real nice.
He does. It's really nice.
Jay would have been proud of him.
Yeah,
We're
you
gonna-
know he'd put your dollar bill in his underwear.
I would. I would.
Definitely.
I would read that thought.
Same.
I mean, have you seen his moves?
Yes.
No, I have not.
I don't go that way, but his moves. All right, number 2.
Anyway.
Does he have the moves like Jagger?
No, he has the moves
No.
like Bruno Mars. That's why he's a national treasure. He's like if you took Lenny Kravitz and Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder and combined them in one wonderful modern package.
A menage a trois of voices, if you will.
Yee.
Yes, accurate.
All right. We're going to skip number 2 with a reminder to not involve politics in the podcast. Number 3. A friend of mine drank some shampoo last night. How hyperallergenic is his stomach right now? And this actually did happen, and he did it live on Instagram.
Why?
Well, where I'm from, we have a golden rule that you don't say anything not nice about people, even if they're fools. But he dead. You know he dead, right?
I mean, at least the inside of his stomach doesn't have dandruff anymore.
Or anything else.
Like,
Yeah, you killed all that flora, man.
Let it be
Is it
flora or
type 1
fauna.
diabetics that their breath smells fruity? I mean,
I
you
believe
wouldn't
it's-
know with
Yes.
this guy, but still.
I believe it's like flora, and I could be wrong. And if I am
It's fauna.
wrong,
It's fauna.
gut flora. It's gut flora.
Dandruff is dandruff is a plant?
no, it's dead skin.
Fauna is animals.
Right,
Flora
right. I
is-
got it mixed up.
Flora includes microbiota. So
Damn.
yeah,
Well,
I've been really ashamed of myself, and like my RN that would have been like, "You are garbage. I thought you passed these tests."
Okay.
Anyway,
I'll get something else, right? A blind hog finds an acorn eventually.
Next question. You wake up to find yourself in bed with your favorite pony. Roll con save.
roll save.
Hold on. I have a dice roller. 16. I don't know what my con score is.
Your favorite pony wakes up beside you and looks deep into your eyes. She
Do I roll a
smiles,
charisma? Shit, I'm really good at charisma.
and she
No,
says,
con is Constitution.
Constitution.
Can
Oh, well, fuck. I always play
Yeah,
spellcasters. I died.
question is, can you get it up?
I just literally just die.
She says, Darling, forgive me, but I don't remember your name. Anyway, moving on.
Just straight up die.
Brian Fiction now has questions. All right, I have a small list of questions for you. What is your favorite song from the show and song from the fandom?
I love Winter Wrap Up and the song from the wedding that I can't remember that has the septic cadence, the aria, and from the fandom, man, for the new Lunar Republic, it still got me. I still love that mix, that original. It's so good.
Who is your favorite non-pony?
I actually like Spike.
Ew.
People have this weird obsession with Spike, but he's a nice character. You know, it's kind of cool though. Like Twilight has like this like little brother / assistant, and that's kind of a neat idea, and it's a neat little role for him.
We could have been
So-
friends.
She's got herself.
So you sat through the whole Spike singing about changelings being good because you liked him?
No, I just really like music.
I was gonna say, what
You
about
d- you
Spike?
do-
No. What about Spike trying to sing Cloudsdale national anthem?
Not big on Spike's singing voice.
You do realize Spike is just a loophole around child labor laws, right? It don't apply to dragons.
Absolutely, the way it should be.
That's why you like him.
Racist
You want to use
ponies.
him as your little slave. Yep, racist ponies indeed. Anyway,
The next
He tried
question
to
is,
run it.
what is your opinion
He
of
tried-
changelings? Oh, sorry, Rav.
What?
No, I was just gonna say something highly racially insensitive. I mean, what if he tried to run away? Would they hang him on a tree?
Oh,
Rav!
God.
stop.
I know,
Wow.
I know.
Several tears right there.
Anyway, fucking next. Enough of that bullshit.
I know.
What is your opinion of changelings?
I like changelings.
Good.
They are cool.
What is your opinion of Spike? And we kind of covered that.
It's all right.
What is your opinion of the Barcast?
Everybody wait, their fingers crossed.
What a good question. Yeah, they're okay.
All right, get the cage. Get the cage with the rats.
Yeah, man. I
You
can't
will
get
learn
this
to
one.
love Big Brother.
Oh my
No. See, Priest, you gotta.
Jokes
you
on
gotta
you.
say it.
I am too kinky to torture. I'm straight out of TV tropes.
Oh shit.
Well, you gotta say it like Fluttershy. Come on, you burst through the doors. You're going to love me.
Wow.
That's us. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're going to love me.
What is your opinion on zebras?
Well, I have not seen the movie, so I don't know if there are any in the movie. But the only one I know of is Sakura, and Sakura is pretty cool. So I think they're okay.
Yeah, and actually, the picture they posted of Sakura is pretty nice. I'm kind of partial.
For all we
to
know,
Really
she's the
fucking
last. For all we know, she's the last zebra, seeing as they never show any other ones.
Oh, that's sad. I should write a story about that.
Because you're lonely doesn't mean you have to assume all the ponies are alone.
But that's not how my fictions work.
Anyway,
Finally, would you recommend watching MLP to those of us on this site who do not?
Yeah, I would.
ta-da!
All right. Now we're going to questions from Multiverse Cruise. What are your favorite kinds of commissions to get?
I like commissions where I'm given a very vague idea and told to run wild.
That's actually really that's true.
That sounds like a writing prompt gone right.
That's the way
Yeah,
it's
when
supposed to
someone's
be.
just like the guy is just like, I want the saddest Luna story ever. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I got you.
those are the sort of things I want to be commissioned for, but instead of like specific weird stuff.
That's because you write the weird stuff.
We do the weird stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry.
So wait, if this is the Ninja Turtles theme song, I'm Donatello who does machines, I'm Enigma who does weird stuff.
Something like that.
Like, if you set a precedent and you don't follow yourself to a standard, of course you're going to get requests for weird stuff.
I'm just not weird enough for weird stuff.
It's true.
People don't want me to write weird stuff.
I mean, we have the guy here that said he was too kinky to be tortured, but, I mean, yeah, he can't handle the weird stuff.
So, what you've heard here, guys, what you've all heard here tonight, you need to go to his fanfic page, and you guys all need to request BDSM stories.
Accurate.
Well, I mean, I have wrote it before.
Saying
Good.
weird, fucked up things. Let's talk about, like, Ice Cube play. Let's start getting into ballooning. Let's start getting into midget clowns. Let's do this shit, guys.
Hot wax. That's always a
He has-
favorite.
Why don't we combine all of these things together?
He has a fanfic wall. You guys know what to do.
Put a pin in hot wax. I think that might be the next chapter. Esoteric. Continue.
All right. Now we have questions from Uwe Toll, who asked, did you watch the Game Awards?
I did not.
All right. What is your game of the year?
Night in the Woods.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I got to play that. I was going to be like, oh, this is Doki Doki Literature Club, hands down. But, all right.
Nope.
Now then,
Very close.
next question. How sexcellent was your day?
Well, my day was pretty good, but I don't think it was sexcellent, so... I don't know. Make a non-committal noise.
How the fuck does someone get hemorrhoids and how do they go away?
You could actually get hemorrhoids a lot of ways. One of my favorites is that you could just be really fat. Yes, that's the thing. But yeah, you can get them a lot of ways, and they go away on their own. If they're really bad, you need to get medication. I hope that you have a good time with that.
You
Good
can
luck.
also, there's preparation H and stuff. Tell it from someone who used to be 350 pounds. It was bad.
So what you're saying is take the preparation H and you put the like hole up against your anus and you just put the bottle.
Well, I mean, they have like little dispenser tubes, kind of like, we'll simulate it up here, kind of like the little tips that you get on little like frosting
So it's
dispensers.
just a tip?
Yeah, so you can
I'd like to
measure
tell whoever answered the... Who asked this question?
Uwe Toll.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, and besides, it is the curse of every bottom.
And do not ever squeeze them till they pop.
Ow.
You-
Why
It's
would
bad
you?
for you.
Why would you do that? How could you do that?
It's possible.
It's because
I mean,
because
yeah,
people
it's
want-
possible. Like,
It's be-
lots of things are possible.
I will admit, in a worse previous life, I did it once. It was literally the worst experience of my life. Like, I've torn my ACL before while being in a fight and had the shit kicked out of me because I wasn't able to stand up in order to fight anymore. Popping
Priest,
a
I've
hemorrhoid
read-
was worse.
Priest, I've read all of your fiction, including Parasite Out, and that's the worst thing that you've ever said.
Good.
That was
You
more
read
disturbing
Parasite
than
Out. That's
everything
wonderful.
else. Yeah, that was actually the story that got me to read the rest of Flutter Priest's gallery.
That makes me really happy because I worked on that story with him, so I'm really happy to hear that.
It's sorry. That story is perfect, and I probably blabbed on it the comment section enough to see what people think of what I think of that story, but it is amazing.
I could literally go on for hours about Parents' Night Out and intentions and things that were supposed to be done and things that I cut and things that were changed way for the better. But I'll just simply say it's very intentional with what it's out to do, and its message should be very clear. And for those who don't think the message is clear, they're probably part of the problem. So,
Da.
moving on. Is it a burning house cat or a burning house cat if you use open fire candles for Christmas as a cat owner?
Por qué no los dos?
That's
It's funny because the house and the cat's on fire.
Fire's great. Cats are great. Combining great things.
Yes.
Why not everything on fire?
Roasted.
Now you guys are
Alright.
making me wonder. Now you guys are making me wonder what roasted cat tastes like.
You
I don't
probably
know.
ate it before where you live.
Go to
I don't know, Mike.
France? No, go to France and order roof rabbit. They have it.
I don't
there.
know, like,
it's called roof
My
rabbit.
cat is really dumb, you guys, and I feel like if she got set on fire, it would take her a good minute to realize she got set on fire. She just kind of like looks at things and like, oh, stuff happened, and she just kind of like does nothing.
Flop.
Yeah, my cat would definitely
Your
let
cat-
the house on fire.
Your
Just the
cat,
whole house.
your cat is like, I could probably escape from my life, but that involves getting up from this bed.
Guess
Yeah,
I'll
like the-
die.
The dangly toy that you play with cats with, like I have to like
Testicles.
I have
got
to
it.
like put it on top of her to get her to even be interested in it. So
Put your testicles on your cat. Got it.
no, that's terrible. Don't do that. Also,
Please
it could
don't.
result in really serious injury. Please don't do that.
Said your dangly toy.
No, I meant like the feather on a stick.
Pencil, this is why you're not responsible enough to have your own, male genitals.
Priest keeps them warm for me.
It's true. It's
Anyway,
kind of like laying on
That would
eggs.
result in
I just
serious
put it.
injury.
I just put them underneath me and then sit like an old woman waiting for the bus stop.
Get yourself a Game Boy.
Oh, okay, next question. Fucking A.
Oh, okay. What do you need to say to close the Necronomicon?
Ooh, me. Hold on, no. I want to see. Hold on. It's your turn.
Please?
Mischief
I don't know.
managed.
Oh.
No, that's a worse answer than mine.
Classy Verada.
What do you say?
It's Classy Verada Nixo.
No,
Oh.
no.
Army of
No,
Darkness, dumbasses.
Pencil, if you
I've
remember correctly,
only seen the third one.
Pencil, if you remember correctly, what Ash said was Klata Verto.
Classy Verada Nixo. And it failed, and he didn't close it. That's why you have to say Classy Verada Nixo, which is also what happens which he says to Gort in fucking. Oh, sorry.
The day the sun stood still.
The Earth stood still, but yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, speaking of Army of Darkness, there's an interesting picture for Chuck Finley.
Chuck Finley now has questions.
Hi, Chuck.
What's
Love you,
your
boo.
What's your favorite ending to one of your stories, and what is your favorite ending to any story?
I love the end. These are tied together. Of any story, the end of The Lord of the Rings. I'm home, Sam said. My favorite of the endings I've done was the story that was very much intentionally, very much centered around my experience with Lord of the Rings, which is The Night is Passing. Even the title comes from Tolkien. The Battle of Unnumbered Tears. Alta Elome, The Night is Passing. The ending of The Night is Passing is my favorite ending of any story I've ever done.
Aw.
I even had art made of it.
You guys like The Night is Passing or want to learn more about it? That's fine, because it'll be in the Barcast under our guest stories.
Yay!
Moving on to questions from Cyberface on GOTDM. I hope you guys are ready for Christmas because I'm going to be a happy brony. Heil Santa! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Wait, what? Heil Santa?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Heil Santa?
And then, of course, he has all caps, so I have to do this. Number one, would you a thing pwn?
Oh, I got this.
Yes!
I got this. Here you go. Take a look.
That is a horrifying image, and it makes me feel uncomfortable. Yes.
I would stick your dick in that.
I want to write a story about it. Yes.
Please write about thing phone. There's
Yes.
not enough thing phone. I'm dead serious.
Yes.
I'm already writing too many stories. I can't do a thing pwn story. I gotta finish off this list. Next question. What 3 sets of food and drink ponies is best together? Or if you can only think of one, that's fine too.
Applejack, and
Why not Coke Pony?
Yes. Those things.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, little question, just because I'm looking through your stories and I have to ask. On Simple Gifts, is that picture from JMW Turner?
You know, I'm going to disappoint you. I'm not. It's such a long time ago. I do not remember where I got that picture.
Well, shit. I think it's my favorite.
I think if I remember correctly, I think I just like looked through an art gallery and found a picture that I really liked. I was looking for a ship. I remember.
Turner, who liked to draw ships. Anyway.
Number 3. Marry, fuck, kill between ponies, anthros, and humanized.
Well, that's generalized. Marry people. God, this is a hard question. Can I not kill them? Can I like just send them to like the Shadows realm or something?
You can self instead.
Whoa.
Oh, the ultimate choice. Then fine. And then fuck Anthros, and to save the regular normal ponies, I send myself to the Shadow Zone.
Nailed it.
Shadow place. The thing from Yu-Gi-Oh! Fuck.
Send yourself to the zone. The bone zone.
The Pone Zone.
The Pone Zone.
That's not
The Pone Zone.
That hurts me like an ulcer.
So when you go to the pone zone, does that mean when you get fucked, you get pwned?
I'm gonna drink again for that.
Well, yes.
All right. Number 4. Marry, fuck, kill, and best friendship between Hawaiian Pizza Pony,
Nope.
Pepsi Pony,
Dead.
Fidget Spinner Pony, and Panzer V Pony.
The Panzer V was a good tank. The rest of them, can I kill all of them? The rest of them?
You have to have sex with one of them first and be friends with one of them first, and then.
Okay, then fine. Then I'll fuck the Pepsi Pony because that's what Pepsi is. Like it's a brief, euphoric rush and then disappointment. It's the one night stand of caffeinated beverages.
Coke Pone is
So it's more like a good hand job
Obviously-
and a bad lay.
No.
That's exactly what it is.
Mexican Coke Pone is best pone.
Mexican Coke.
I'm best
Olé.
friends with Mexican Coke Pone because Mexican Coke Pony has real sugar and is also way cooler. It has a nicer bottle.
He has the mustache.
So, wait, would the Mexican Coke Pone be like a crystal pony though? Because they
Yes,
only come in the
definitely.
bottles.
That's definitely.
Ooh, yes.
Anyway,
I'm going to say yes.
and who would you marry? You'd marry Panzerpone, but who would you then?
Kill. All of them.
With and kill?
I killed Pepsi. Pepsi is dead.
All are dead?
Carthago Delinda Est. Pepsi Delinda Est.
Excellent.
All right. What is the worst pony OC you've ever drawn, wrote about, or looked up, and why?
Nyx.
Oh, thank God it's not Layla.
Sorry, you guys. Past Sins was a big thumbs down for me. Nyx was the dumbest OC I've ever encountered, including
I
ones that
agree
were like
wholeheartedly.
really dumb because at least they were fun.
All right. Numero 6. What 2 MLP crossover fics or drawings you saw are the best and worst?
Should.
Say one if you can't think of two.
I'm going to say that the best one that I've ever read, the best one I'm going to say is Fallout Equestria. Not because in of itself
Yes.
is the best thing, but because Fallout Equestria is a marriage of two things that should not work, but do. Somehow, some way, despite its many, many flaws, it works. It's like a Galileo at his trial, yet it moves, yet it does turn. That is what Fallout Equestria is. It works anyway.
I've got one
God,
for you.
Fuck, I don't know how.
Perfection.
I've got one for you.
Also, the worst one is every Halo crossover ever.
Yay! What is that, Rav?
Vanilla ice cream and Doritos.
What?
Vanilla ice cream and Doritos.
Why you
What
doing
Boy,
What-
we
what-
kill people for less,
What
Dixie.
flavor of Doritos, though?
Cool
Just
Ranch.
the regular.
There's
the
only one
regular.
flavor of Doritos. It's Cool Ranch.
That is not how you say hot buffalo.
That's not how you say. That's not how you say
Oh.
ranch.
Oh no,
Easy ranch
Those- them-
Doritos.
boy, them's fine words.
Oh,
Easy
I
ranch
will.
Doritos.
I will
It's
go to
amazing.
war.
No,
If someone gives
but I'm
me a
ser-
regular bag, someone gives me
This
a
is-
bag of regular nacho cheese Doritos, I'm just saying.
I
Or I
assume
mean-
if someone gives me a bag of not regular Doritos that they hate me, and this is like the language of flowers, but with Doritos.
People hate me when they give me like Coors Light to drink.
Well, wait, why would they give you water?
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like I say, I asked for a beer. What the fuck is this? You must hate me.
You know, is this what causes the Barcast to disband our argument over Doritos?
Well, I mean, sweet and spicy chili is pretty good too, but
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That is an
well, I'm the
acceptable
filthy
answer.
pleb, and I've never had the other flavors. I eat the original.
That when you're up here next, sweetie. But
Well, I don't get much exposure to this. Yeah, I work at Walmart and shit, but I never actually like.
Some
you
see
should work
greatness
on
pass by. Some have greatness thrust upon them.
some.
Well-
anyway, we are beginning to run low on time. We're down to 10 minutes. So why don't you do the thing of the next question?
Okay, what crossovers with MLP are rare in your opinion?
Well, I've only seen 2 crossovers with the Dark Tower, and I wrote one of them. So that one, and Off the Game, because I've never seen one that I did not write.
The game?
Off,
Off.
the game.
Off?
Called Off. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird RPG made by a weird French guy.
Okay.
Nice, next question.
Has I know I'm getting us off track, but has anyone done a Doki Doki Literature Club pony fanfic yet?
There's plenty of them, yes, and we are low on time.
Okay. Number 2. What MLP crossover fics are good but rare?
You just did that. You literally just did
That
that.
it is the same. It is number 2.
Then I'm gonna say Dark Tower again.
Okay, moving on. Random E284 now has questions. Hi, it's Monday. Stop lying. Calling it Friday. Also, you're a cool dweeb. I hope you enjoyed the cast so far. Feel the music! Feel the fucking music! What is your favorite
job,
music
Chris.
genre?
I'm very confused. Post rock.
Good. I'm hungry. Do you prefer eating pussy, sucking dick, or nomming pancakes? What the fuck?
Well, not pancakes because waffles are superior. Oh, that's a hard question. I'm gonna say fallacies. Yes.
Phalloy.
The things that are tall, but just barely. Yes, that word. Yes.
All right. I still have that necrophilia vor fetish thing. Can add etymele.
Please don't.
Metophilia.
Okay. Or inflammation to it. Choose one. Maybe one day I'll show it to you. P.S. What's that cat
No.
poem called again?
For I will consider my cat Joffrey.
Cool. Now we're going to questions from Snowy Bee. Imagine a world of soup. One of startling diversity. Now imagine a world one day suddenly deprived of all spoons.
There's more. This is a whole set. This is
Perhaps a
Do I
cult
have
of
to?
spooners performed a ritual so that demons appear from all concave surfaces. Perhaps the last spoonsmith perished, and the art was forgotten in negligence. Either way, the land is bowled over in chaos, drenched in depravity, and boiling in desperations, along with those who take advantage of that desperation in equal measure. What is your role in this
Shit.
world? And what path do you walk?
Someone has to be the Gumbo Mancer.
The Gumbo Mancer!
Someone needs to tread this path of
In a
dagger and
world.
shame.
Where Gumbo needs to be manced.
Someone needs to know that you have to make it with crawfish and
What
dark.
was Forrest Gump the first Gumbo Mancer?
He
No,
makes his
fuck that.
andouille
Alabama
sausage
gumbo is
himself.
No, Alabama gumbo is bad. It doesn't have a Dewey. Don't talk about that.
Andouille's good though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't have any. They don't
Yes.
make it. They
Oh,
don't make it right.
Then it's not gumbo. Okay, moving
Exactly. Thank you.
Hey, priest. Hey,
What?
priest. Do you know what doesn't go on spaghetti?
What's
What?
this?
You know
What?
Chili! Chili doesn't go on
It doesn't
spaghetti!
go on spaghetti!
I was
Chili
gonna.
does not go on spaghetti milk! You're a garbage person! That's
I was
Wait,
gonna
did you
say
put-
that it.
Did you put chili on spaghetti?
Cincinnati Skyline Chili.
That's
Look
the
it
worst
up.
fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Like,
and they
okay,
put like allspice and cinnamon in their chili.
okay, no. We're gonna break away for a second. I'm gonna show this shit.
No, don't.
Priest,
I was
God,
gonna
I
say-
still respect you. Don't do this to me.
Priest,
I
I
was-
will find it. Priest, I will find it. You read questions.
Okay, fine.
I was
But
gonna
get like
say-
the most distressing pictures possible. Fluffy Unicorns now has questions.
I was gonna
Hey,
say that-
hello, and I want to say fuck you to all people with exception of Cynewulf, because he's a gift and I hate myself. Go write better story shits, with exception of Pencil. She just need to get better, but rest. Fuck you again. You deserve it, especially Enigma. Does not have tits, you piece of shit. Your wife who's a trash, and you are all trash, and I hate your Patreon. Get good, or get wrecked. Casual. We love you too.
That was mean.
The question is, if you hate life, yourself, and life, and world, what is the best action to pull a finger to the world? An act of violence, or prove the world that one of their fundamental principles are shit, or show them a finger that will fuck them over centuries and make them a joke?
I think the best thing you do is make something. I think the best thing you could do, go buy you a copy of The Sickness Unto Death by Soren Kierkegaard. Take the leap of faith. Make beautiful things. It's the best thing you can do.
Also, there you go.
That is an abomination. It also makes me want to die.
Thank you. I agree.
Is that
Alright.
onions on
Does
top
that
of it?
work?
Are those,
Yes, that is
are
that
those
is
red beans?
Yes.
Oh
God.
my god, onions on spaghetti.
I have seen hell. Hell is empty and all the demons are on that plate.
And there's even cheese.
God.
There's shredded cheese on it.
That
What the hell
hideous
is
straight
this?
6 miles wide, it's onions.
It
Cincinnati
doesn't
is
look like it
garbage
has
except
enough
when it comes to ice
liquid.
cream. No, Cincinnati's garbage except when it comes to ice cream. So,
Please ask me another question so I don't have to think about it.
okay. Next question is. Second question is: if you dedicate your whole life to the second suggestion, is it worth it?
Yes.
Perfect. And happy Friday, you fucking piece of shits. Get better, all of you. Drink less. Do more sport. Be happy, you faggots. And masturbate less to ponies. I hate like you all.
But
Aw.
I need my fat ponies. I can't get through my day without it.
Yeah, I can't promise him any of those things.
Yeah.
Aww.
We did it.
Well,
We did. We went through. This is the first week in a row we've gotten through all the questions.
hey, I told you. I had
Yay!
you covered there, Brad. And in that case, would you like
Victory.
to? Would you like to talk about before we do our readout the fact that we have something in the works? We can't say exactly what we can be. Would you like me to do that?
Am
can do
I?
that.
I guess
I
you
know what
do
I'm
it.
allowed to say. I know what I'm allowed to say.
Okay, do it.
Okay, guys. Coming up, we don't have a date for you yet because it's a big surprise. Somebody who is not from fanfiction, not from YouTube.
You have actually died.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like
can't hear
hanging
anything.
on every
Uh,
word and then it stopped.
We are going to be not interviewing somebody from YouTube, not interviewing somebody from Equestria Daily, interviewing a voice actor from the show. And let's be honest here,
Now
I'll
I'll
be
never
damned.
know
That's
who we're
fucking
interviewing.
I'll
a
be
voice
damned.
actor from the show, a voice actor, the actual My Little Pony show. Is that clear?
From the what? From the shit.
Enigma, you are just trolling her now, and that is not okay.
Well, I'll be damned.
We all heard it.
Show. It's a voice actor from the show. We can't tell you who yet.
It's a secret.
And it's kind of terrifying because, oh my god, we're gonna fuck it up, you guys. We're gonna get fucked up, and we're gonna just like die, and then Hasbro's gonna sue us, and we're gonna get shut down, and it's gonna go bad, and it's gonna be bad.
All those threats from Ponyville Live are finally going to come to fruition. We'll be done, removed from fucking iTunes. It'll be awful.
Well,
The promised
Stay
end.
tuned. Okay, I'm done now. You can
Well, I mean,
Very well.
we haven't gotten any distressing Vylon questions in a while. I kind of miss them. I might just start putting those there myself.
You know, it's strange
Hey,
because we
Violet-
actually asked for the wolves to be unreached this week. We asked for strange questions.
I gave you vaginal hemorrhoids, okay?
Please don't give me vaginal hemorrhoids.
But I want to.
No.
Please
See,
don't.
we were given chili on spaghetti.
God, I almost forgot about that.
I'd rather have a Yeti on my spaghetti.
Does this mean we're going soft? Are we PG-13 now?
Probably, yeah.
Flaccid, there's a difference.
Fuck.
No.
Well, I mean, I shot our ratings up by putting my foot in my mouth earlier.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Weird fruit.
That was bad. Anyway,
It was really bad.
please don't do that when we have the voice actor on, please.
We will have
I
actual
won't.
words. We will have actual words.
I won't do that when he's in person.
He or
is on.
she, I don't know. Yeah, I can't.
It's a secret.
Yeah, pronoun is they. Anyway, so you are little thank you to our guests and readout priest because you are so good at that.
All right, I'm going to use the voice with the words. Thank you for watching this episode of the Barcast. I'm going to do this right. Cynewulf. Was that right?
Almost.
Fuck.
Cynewulf.
Cynewulf. Did it. Thank you so much for
I'm proud
coming
of you.
on. It was really nice to finally meet the person behind the stories.
It was good to be on. Thank you for having me on.
Of course. Be sure to tune in next week when we have Fiora the Tank Girl, who is also known very well as Queen Quake, the evil villainess mascot of BabsCon. It's going to be wonderful.
Love her. Last time we were at a con, she said to an entire room of people that Enigma would never be married because he's unlovable.
Oh,
So I'm excited.
I love you, Enigma. I think you're good.
Somebody
don't-
loves
don't
me?
do that.
No, we gotta end it now! Thank you for watching this episode of the Barcast. This has been a non-pencil.
Fun.
Enigma, shut the fuck up! Ravage!
Too late. Positive reinforcement.
Hello, welcome to the show.
Oh, and of course, Cynewulf!
Hi.
My name's Flutter Priest. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Don't. And also get drunk and also die.
Oh, right, I'm the one that's turned off. Fuck!
Yeah, you do.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.